Okay, next video. So in this one, we are gonna sort of review a something we've actually already done in the quick office kind of quick start. So we're just gonna add some floors to our structure. So if you remember from my floor plan, right, my first level is sort of this T-shaped or cross-shaped um, floor plan, and my second level is just this bar, right? And as you'll see later, we're going to probably cut into that floor plate a little bit. So we can always edit things after we put them in, but let's get them in at least to start with. So I want to put in my first floor and my second floor. So I'm going to go to my level one floor plan. And what I want to do is just draw a sketch that follows the inside edge of my exterior wall. And I'm gonna put a default like 12-inch floor in there. So let's go up to architecture, floor. You can click the little down arrow there, and I'm just going to do floor architectural. Right now it's generic 12-inch. Let's actually see what else we got in here. Mm, yeah. Yeah, let's leave it to generic 12-inch for now. Now, we might have to adjust our structure later, but let's do generic 12-inch. And now my because I can see the red X and the green check, that tells me I'm in a tool, and it's asking me to draw the boundary line of our floor, right? So I'm going to go to the line tool, and I'm just going to zoom in on one of these corners and just basically now here's something I like to do. I like to do it real rough. Clearly this is not correct. Way smaller than my building, but then I just like to go in with the align tool and just line it up because I kind of find that easier than trying to navigate my way to the corners, right? All right, so there we go. I'm gonna go first to this one, trim extend to corner, click that line and that one, and then I'll go to my align tool and just line it up with all of these edges. You get that generic 12-inch floor in there. There we go. Hit the green check. Okay, let's go to 3D view. I can see that there's definitely something in there. That looks good. We could go to level one floor plan, and I'm just going to make a quick section just to see what the heck is going on down there and make sure everything looks good. There it is right down there. That's my floor. Now, if I put a 12-inch floor structure at level two, you see some problems might arise here. So first off, all that steel and the floor is sort of happening in the same position. So we might need to move our structure down for the second floor and then for the roof as well when we get up there. So let's go back to our 3D view. So there's our first floor in there. That looks good. Our second floor is only going to live right in here. And then this will be a roof. That'll be a roof. And then there'll be a roof up here. So let's go to level two floor plan. And I am going to go to architecture, floor architectural generic 12-inch. And I'm just going to draw a rectangle that is definitely in the wrong position. Use my align tool and get it into position. I can double check that the level that this floor is associated with is in fact level two. So that looks good. And I'll hit the green check. And now my floor is in there. Let's go to level one floor plan. I'm going to just delete this section. I'm going to draw another section. I'm going to go view section and I'm going to draw it right here. Okay, let's take a look. Okay, so here's our problem. We have our floor system here, but our beams are all too high up. So they need to come down. Turn on my thin lines and turn up my detail. Our beams need to everything just sort of needs to move down. So we have one beam back here in our structural model, and this beam as well needs to come down. So we'll move that in our structural model. We're going to move all that stuff down by 1 foot, but let's hold off on that and let's just finish what we're working on here. So I will go into the structural model in a second, but so we got a floor in there and it looks good. Our structure is just in the wrong spot, and I can tell. Yep, that floor's in there and the floor's in there. Okay, let's add our roof um, to the very top. Let's go to the roof plan and let's go to architecture, roof, roof by footprint. Okay, again, got to draw a boundary line, but I want this to be a flat roof. I'm fine with the type 12-inch generic. So I'm going to go ahead and just draw a rectangle right in here. Okay. I can tell that this is on the roof level. Now, the only problem is I just hit escape a couple times. So I see all these little triangles here. So if you remember from our previous lecture, that means it's an angled roof. So right now it's going to angle up from here, from here, from here, and from here, and sort of make like a pyramid kind of roof. But this is a rectangle, so it's going to look weird. So what I'm going to do is just select all those lines, and in the properties, I'm going to uncheck defines roof slope. And now it'll just be a flat 12-inch roof. I'm going to hit OK. Um, there's that save button. And let's go to the 3D view. And now I can see that that roof structure is in there. But now we need to get a roof structure here at level 2. But I want it to be a ceiling. So I'm going to go to, let's go to level 2 floor plan for this. Now I'm going to go to architecture, roof, roof by footprint, boundary line, and I will draw one over here. And I'll draw another one over here in the same view. I don't have to do two separate roofs. Hit escape, select all those lines, and then uncheck define slope and hit the green check. And this is strange. Hello. Looks like we're having a little panic attack in the Revit. Oh, almost. Let me undo. Okay. Oh, that's why. Here we go. I didn't see this because I got my camera on and I got my face down here, and I didn't see this error message that was appearing behind the little camera. So this sketch defines more than one footprint. Make sure the sketch contains only one outermost loop and there are no loops inside inner loops. Okay. Let's just hit continue and see what happens. And the green check. Okay, it doesn't like two of them. It used to like it. Okay. So here's what I'll do. I'm going to get rid of this one and I'll hit the green check. And then I'll go in there one more time. Architecture, roof by footprint, boundary line, rectangle. Just going to do exactly the same thing, but over here. Escape twice. Grab all the lines, uncheck define slope, and hit the green check. Okay, let's go to our 3D view, and that looks good. That means we have everything we want in there. Okay, I'm going to just go back to that section cut and let's see what's going on. So really, all we need to do in the main, in the main bar, the main two-story bar, my structure, I need to lower the structural members down so they don't um, interact with the roof up here. Right now, my roof is actually at the roof level and going up 1 foot. So I'm going to select that roof and change base offset from level minus 1 foot. And now it's kind of down right where I want it. Now I'm probably going to have to change the roof on the other two sides. So let's go to level 1. I'll delete this. Well, I'll keep that section for now. I'll just start a new section, view, section. I'll just cut right through here. Let's go to that section. Yeah, here's the roof over here and the roof over here, both of which are at level 2, but going up 1 foot. I want them to be at level 2 going down 1 foot. So I'm going to change this to -1 foot and hit apply. Okay, my architectural, I'm loving where everything is. I like where the floor is. I like where the roofs are. I don't like where my structure is. So I need to go to my structural model that we have XREFed in here and move everything down. So I'm going to pause for 1 second and then we'll do that. Okay, so I have opened my structural model here and I've closed out the architectural for the time being. I don't want to have both those open. In fact, I don't even know if Revit will let you have both of those open because I just want to be able to focus on one thing. So, as you recall, right now, let's start at the very top of my structure here. Our roof is coexistent with all this beam work up here. So all those things are sort of living together. We want to bring that structure down so it's actually holding up that 1 foot thick roof structure. So we sort of need to just move everything down. So what I want to start with is, now remember, we have our beams going horizontally here that are holding up these joists, right? And then we have these beams that are going down, say this way and this way, that the joists are not resting on. Okay, let's start with those. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna rotate this so it's like this. And I'm just gonna go like this. And I'm gonna hold down control. I'm gonna hold down control. And I've got all those right there. Okay, so I'm gonna move those down 1 foot. So I'm gonna say start level -1 foot, -1 foot, and end level, start level offset, end level offset. They already moved down. I didn't even have to hit apply. Those are in the right position. Okay. Now let's do this. I'm going to select the columns. These guys, all these guys, just like that. Looks like I got almost all columns. I've got beams too, so I'm going to go to the filter and I'm just going to uncheck structural framing girders and hit OK. So I just have the columns, and I'll say level 1 up to the roof, top offset -1 foot. Bring these guys down. So there we go. Those move down. All right, now let's do the last piece. These beams holding up the joist. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. It's going to position it like that. I'm going to grab everything. It's going to be a little trickier on this one. I'm going to say I don't want the beam systems. I don't want the joists right now. I just want all of the beams, but I don't need these guys, right? Because we've already moved those. So here's what I'm going to do. Position it like this again. This time I'm going to hold down Shift to deselect these guys on the in-between. Okay, so now I've got only these selected. So now I have to go down -14.5 inches, right? Because we already went down -2.5. Hit apply. Okay, there we go. Now, the last bit of the puzzle here is get all these joists. I'm just going to try to select those alone, which I think we did. And let's do start level -1 foot, end level -1 foot, apply. Okay, there we get. There, we moved that down. We've successfully moved the whole upper structure down 1 foot. Now, technically, I have to do the same thing to the left side over here and the right side over here and the middle over here. You can take it piece by piece, but I'm just doing the top right now. Ooh, I got a couple rogue columns. Look at these guys. I don't like the look of that. All right. Let's get these guys down 1 foot, top offset. I just want to do this top piece and I'll show you it updated in our architectural model. Okay, I'm going to save this. I'm going to close it. I'm going to open my architectural model. The wife's on the phone. And I'm going to go to this section here. Let's take a look. All right, look at this. Here is our roof, and all of our structure has moved down beneath it. Now, I would say just follow suit on your with the way down. So I have a floor here. I got to move all this structure down so it's actually supporting that floor, not living coexistent with it. Would the floor actually be 1 foot thick? Probably not, but we'll just say that area of stuff is our floor, and this is the structure holding it up. So it's really important to get the structure and the architecture sort of talking together in a logical, reasonable way. So this might take a little time for you, but the only time it'll take is really in you selecting all the correct structural elements and getting them into the right position. So put in your architecture first. Specifically, I want you to put in the floors and the roofs, and then um, go back and start moving the different areas of structure down to where it needs to be. Don't try to do all the structure at once. Just pick an area like I did, move it down, go to the next area, move it down, and get these two things to talk to each other correctly. Okay, so that is floors and roofs. Let's make a note here. So our next video, I want to just talk about some initial window layout. Actually, no, we're going to do interior walls next. We'll do initial window layout after that. Um, but let's just start with interior walls. So this is where you'll spend some time designing. Okay, good luck with this.